Now let's turn from Myanmar to Madagascar. It's an island nation of about 28 million people, located off the east coast of Africa. This is one of the poorest nations in the world, ranking in the bottom 5 for per capita income. And right now it's gearing up for a heated election, Madagascar's presidential election. It will take place on Thursday. 4 former presidents were supposed to compete. Each of them was to fight for a second and last term, but now 2 have dropped out. They're boycotting the election, asking for it to be postponed. And so are other politicians.
The electoral process must comply with international standards. This is not the case at the moment with the election that we are trying to organize on November 16. We are strongly calling for the electoral process to be suspended.
They say the country is undergoing an institutional coup, that the current president has rigged the game. They're referring to this man, Andry Rajoelina. He's 49 years old. He's already served 1 term as president and 1 term as a junta-backed leader. Back in 2009, Madagascar had seen a coup. The military propped up Rajoelina. He oversaw the writing of a new constitution and the transition back to democracy in the year 2013. And he did not give up power willingly. He wanted to remain in charge, but he was not allowed to stand as a presidential candidate. So he backed a different candidate, hoping to be made prime minister. But that didn't happen either. So Rajoelina stood for the presidency in 2019. He took control again and allegedly began bending Madagascar's institution to his will. That's the charge leveled by his opponents anyway.
It's really an election, with one candidate forcing his way into office, so it's just a masquerade.
2 former presidents were part of that rally. They have been protesting during the campaign against Rajoelina's high-handedness. Opposition rallies have regularly been denied permission, or they've been met with tear gas. Rival presidential candidates have also been injured. The United Nations has expressed concern at the crackdown. The EU and the US have denounced Rajoelina's use of excessive force, but he has been downplaying all of it.
The international community will choose the path of stability. The opposition today wants chaos. They are taking the population to the streets, to insurrection, but they can't do it. And I'm telling you this because the population supports me.
Rajoelina believes he has public support. His rallies have been drawing in thousands. But the opposition says it's all paid for. And that's not all. They also say Rajoelina should not be allowed to contest in the first place. You see, Madagascar used to be a French colony. And now, the president of this former French colony is a French citizen. He became a French citizen in 2014. So did other members of his family. And Madagascar does not allow locals to get dual citizenship. So technically, Rajoelina is no longer a citizen of Madagascar. How can he run for president? That's what the opposition is asking. But he has refuted this too. He says his citizenship of Madagascar was not revoked. Even though it happens to everyone else, the president is apparently special in this case. So as you can see, it's a complicated scenario. Madagascar is heading to contested polls amid violence. Opposition leaders are boycotting this election, and a Frenchman is set to extend his rule over a former French colony.